Hey guys, what's good? How are you doing? Welcome to Akah Bants. Welcome to my vlog, my channel, my YouTube channel. So what I want to talk about today is pretty really simple. It's everywhere on Twitter. Twitter is haywire. Checked out trending topics today and saw a couple of people shouting and screaming about what Burna Boy said. Everybody is going haywire because Burna Boy said, I'm the best. I mean, he said a couple of other things which people felt like were disrespectful, and everybody has an opinion about it. I also have my 2 cents and I'm going to drop. But I want you guys to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Okay, so if you aren't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel at Akah Bants, and make sure you also click on the notification button. Okay, there's no light, and I'm not going to put on the gen to make this video. I think I'm fine like this. Welcome back to my channel, and first of all, like I said, everybody's screaming about some of the things that Burna Boy said. So Burna Boy went on Twitter to say a couple of things, which I'm going to be reading out now. Burna Boy sends out a tweet by 6:54 p.m. yesterday, and he says, "The same people that wish you the best to your face are the same people that hope and pray you fail, so that they can feel better about themselves. That's just life. That's why compliments mean nothing to me, because hate, jealousy, and it should have been me are sugar-coated by them." Fact, second tweet. "I always knew I was and I am the best. Everyone you think is the best knows I'm best since Fela Kuti. But Timaya told me something a long time ago that made me not care about being the best anymore. The world can do without the best. The world will still spin regardless." Maru, mad. That's some deep, guys. You the deep arm. It's deep because the world can do without the best. So, my dear, you better calm down and move on with the world. Somebody now responds and says, "Where were you since 2010 to 2018? I mean, where the fuck are you when Afrobeat was struggling to hit the mainstream?" Like, if you're going to put out a tweet like this, make sure you check grammar, like check your grammar. Like, ask somebody to read before you post out. The best paved the way for you. You came in when the table has already been set. And here you're claiming the best since Fela. Smiley face, rolling eyes. Then Burna Boy responds. I'm even surprised Burna Boy didn't go in and insult the life of this guy or this person. But that was Jay-Z official. Now Burna Boy responds and says, "Lol. Nobody paid shit for me. Everybody defined them own. I've been out here. If you knew the way they made us look weak by begging and paying the Western world to like us, you will see that no table was set, and I'm the one that brought you the respect you currently enjoy." Wow. That's deep in some way, but at the same time, it's not that deep, bro. But before I go into my comments, let's go back to what a couple of people are saying. So, I mean, Twitter went crazy. And a couple of people started saying a couple of things. So, I mean, somebody says, Burna Boy, this is King Timmy, at King Timmy says, "Burna Boy is nowhere near Olamide, let alone Davido. Wizkid is on the league of his own. I don't compare him with mortals. Okay? Wizkid is not a human being right now. So, Burna Boy, watch out." That's what Tim is saying. Purpuri says, "We are forgetting how Whiskey didn't attend the BET because they give awards to artists outside the main event, 10 a.m. before the main events at the backstage. He stood up and things changed. Yet Burna Boy saying rubbish. Burna Boy, your father, your papa." Okay, Purpuri, you don't have to come after somebody's father. Purpuri is like, "Yo, I remember when Whiskey decided not to go collect his BET awards because it was not shown it was not taped, it was not, during the show. So, what was that? Was he not fighting for respect of African artists? If not, are you trying to say that you're the only one who has fought for our respect? Sit down. You can't come here disrespecting, let me not even say disrespecting, talking bad about other artists that fought their way through to make something happen for them and indirectly for you. You're talking about people begging to get a seat at the table. But I actually noticed the way you interact with Oyibo journalist. I mean, you just came back from a huge Hollywood media tour. But the truth is, the way you talk to them is different from the way you talk to journalists here in Nigeria. Man, you're happy when you're talking to them. You're in your best behavior. You're giving stories. You're laughing. You're talking. You never do that when you're here. Even from right when you started blowing here, small blue, you would literally go to media stations stoned out of your mind. Is it because they are Nigerians? You don't respect the industry here, the people here? It's not about even the industry, it's about people and how you make other people feel and how you also affect other people's hustle. Before now, I never knew that you could smile or you could laugh during an interview session. But when I started seeing all the YouTube videos online, all the Oyibo people's interviews, I was like, is this you? Nah. You too, you have done your own share of ass kissing. People may have had to beg to get a seat. People may have had to beg for the door to be open, but without them, you would have had to go through the process they went through. You would have to push the same way they did. Without them, you would have not had a chance to sit at the table to make your demands. Yes, you're the one making demands now, but without them, you would not have had that. Yakuza is like, actually, nobody paved way for Burna Boy. You all should be sincere. Tell me one artist in Nigeria that has not claimed to be the best. Or the all-time best. Whiskey, Davido, The Band, Two-Face, P-Square, even Fela talk now. Y'all just have hate. You are just hating the African giant. Gang, I'm going hypocrisy. Tessie is like, Burna Boy once kicked a fan off stage, sent a fan out of his show, sent boys to beat up Mr. 2K, banned from the UK for 10 years for a crime, threatened OAPs, etc. If you would say it, I will. Burna Boy is an asshole. There is no single Nigerian artist who did anything deliberately because they wanted to open the door for others. Whatever they did for themselves with the goal of being the beneficiary. The idea that Burna Boy owed this success to those is what the boy refuses to her side. BC Adeleye is like, I agree with you, but without the sacrifice and dogged minds of those people before him, he might have just come and gone like every other artist. I actually agree with this. Duke of Ibadan says, Burna Boy can only be mentioned if it's about artists that have been delivering for like 3 years ago. But if debate is about the best, that should be about artists that have been delivering non-stop for over a decade. That list is for likes of Wizkid, Davido, Olamide, and Co. And Two-Face, please add Two-Face to that list. How dare you, Duke? My dear. Well, I see a point. I get the point and I agree. Because Jay-Z says, for you to even be a legend and call yourself the best, you have to have done this in the music industry for 10 years. That's true. That's true. B. Belgam is like, I'm actually looking at Burna Boy's tweets, knowing he was the one that literally paved the road that led to the airport for Burna Boy to leave Rivers State. Now, everybody knows Dami Elebe on, Twitter. She's a Twitter mama. Now, Dami says, it seems some people think Burna Boy blew because of Ye. And I'm genuinely confused because I'm sure Like to Party was a hit and it was released in 2012. Or what do you mean? Dami, you're my guy. But let me tell you, there's a difference between blow and blow. There's a blow of Whiskey. There's a blow of Olamide. There's a blow of Burna Boy and Davido. There's a blow of different people. There is national blow, international blow, global blow. Every artist is looking for global blow. Do you understand? Especially in this day and age. However, let me not step on that now. Like I said, let me read what people have said. Jola responds to this tweet and is like, also, does international recognition not only count if it's American? Because I was in university when Like to Party came out and it was a jam in the UK as well. So, I mean, with globalization, the truth is, we cannot play in a small village anymore. We cannot play in this small town. You want your music to blow, and then you put it up. And it's not just Nigerians who are listening to it. How many Nigerians have access to internet and data? What is the source of income for most of these artists that are buying Bentley and all? You think it's Nigerian music, Nigerian money, or just the Naira that they are paying them from their shows? No. Nobody is not, proud of spending Nigerian blow money. It will finish. Can you buy house and cars with Nigerian money? Most of them who are doing it are doing yahoo yahoo. I'm also confused. I don't know if it means the same Burna that sang Run My Race and Don't Go to Don't. Jam. But the truth is, what started this international blow was when Kanye West put out Ye. International journalists and blogs were putting out this as fact that people were mistakenly stumbling on Burna Boy's Ye when they were looking for Kanye West's Ye. So this was how the world now discovered Burna Boy. Or the world started to discover Burna Boy's music. And then, of course, it grew from there. Putting, efforts and working on, that pedestal that Kanye West gave him. Also brought in more recognition. 2019, December period, Dirty December, is enough proof that somehow I feel Burna Boy hasn't learned his lesson from the past. There was bad attitude everywhere again. Not showing up for shows that you were paid for, coming late, extremely late, like disrespectfully late, dropping the mic 5 minutes, 3 minutes into your performance, not caring about the fans who have been waiting hours and hours for you. That's bad. And like I said, it's not even about what you say or do, it's how you make your fans feel. Nigerians have stood for you and stand for you. To be honest, it's things like this that you've done, Burna, that has made me feel you don't respect Nigerians. You don't respect Nigerian fans. I mean, you're out here attacking. I support what you're saying about you being the best. It's cool. You can have your opinion. I really see. Your picture is up. Burna Boy's picture is up on my house wall. He's here. People literally fought and dragged for the spotlight to shine on African sound and African music. And when that light was shone on African sound, when the world decided to listen, when the world decided to look at African music or the African scene, it was you they saw. But you didn't contribute to that fight. I don't think you did. So bro, calm down. Because people like Fela, King Sunny Ade, Ebenezer Obey, Onyeka Omenu, Davido, Wizkid, they may have paid, they may have begged. Even Akon fought for African music to be heard, fought for African sound to be appreciated. They brought the attention here. And then when they turned the attention here, they found you. All these people added to your success, to your blow. Kanye West added to your blow. Bro, your aristocrat records added to your blow. You're the best. But like Timaya said, the world can do without the best. But it's not about who's the best. It's who is the greatest. The world cannot do without the greatest. And in my books, being great is about how many people you have helped. How many things. What have you done for that people? That's why today I still stand for Davido. Whether his music is not, in my mind though, his music is number one. His music is the best. Oh, see, I will rate him die. But that's my opinion. However, it is fact. He's helped the most people. And that to me is the greatest. That's what the fight should be about. How many lives have you changed? How many people have you touched? What have you done to better the lives of Nigerians? Have you affected the ways that our politicians think or the way Nigerians think? Charles Ego says, few weeks ago, Burna Boy was hyped by almost everyone on this app, which is Twitter. Last night, it was a different thing. Well, whether they paved way for Burna or not, success is what? Success. Wisdom Allison put out a tweet from 2015 when Wizkid gave Burna Boy props and says, Burna Boy is amazing. Soke, my favorite jam right now. Wisdom says, this was 2015 when Burna Boy was relatively the Everton of the Premier League. Now, Wizkid still gave him kudos. Man just qualified for Champions League and all he can do is disrespect everyone. Burna Boy, you are mad. You are what? You are mad. Casanova is like, Burna that thanked Kanye West 2 years ago because his album titled Ye lifted his career out of here, telling us he gave Africa the respect they have now. Limau. Gotta respect the way though. Elite work, to be honest. Oh my God. Burna from before. I don't care about streams and views because they're fake. Later, I'm so happy to hit 100 million streams, guys. Burna from before. Foreign recognition is scam and slavery. Burna now. I'm so happy to be recognized for the Grammys. Burna now. Nobody paid the way for me. Please, collect his phone now. True, but the narrative is that he was not appreciated / recognized in Nigeria before Ye, which isn't true. And I want to say it again, that wasn't true. Burna Boy has always been appreciated and recognized in Nigeria. I heard a couple of people saying some stuff about, oh, Burna Boy put out music like to party and it blew. It was a mad jam. You people didn't dip him. He's the most underrated. Let me say, Burna Boy was at some point underrated, but it was no fault of the people. It was no fault of the market. Burna Boy caused what happened to him. Everybody knows that it was all about Burna Boy's bad attitude. Burna Boy has a history of having a bad attitude, and that affected the way people perceived him and received him here. Like Burna Boy's misbehave it was affecting us, the fans, where it was as if he was showing us that I don't respect you. He wasn't giving respect to the fans, and that's where the biggest mistake an artist can make comes from. When you show the fans that you don't respect them, that's the beginning of failure. We're tired of being disrespected. And he left it. He went to SA and was focusing there in other territories, doing music with other artists, international artists. That time that everything calmed down, and then that time that things, needed time to be forgotten, it wasn't as if he was underrated. No, that was the process he needed to do or needed to go through to become a better person, learn his lesson, and for us to forget the history. And the truth is, Nigerians were receptive to him. When he came back and started doing music here and putting out content and stuff, we became receptive. We were the ones jamming his music and pushing. Now I see why Wizkid never want Burna Boy to win that Grammy. See arrogance, Limao, Baba say he set table. So the band, two Baba, Wizkid, Davido, Olamide concert matter. If you don't get a fuck with all your refurbished songs. Samomba, I don't have a problem with you tweeting whatever you want about Burna Boy issue. But don't say his songs are not nice, because that's a big lie, to be honest. Say what you gotta say. But don't now say Burna Boy's music is not sweet or is not great, because we all know that's a lie. You understand? Makali one says, Chena because of Grammy nomination. Eh? Sunny Ade has 2 nominations. Fela Kuti have 2 nominations. Wizkid have 1 nomination. Seun Kuti has nomination before Burna Boy, yo. Shena because of World Tour. Sunny Ade toured the world in 80s. Wizkid and Davido sold out shows of 40k, 60k, and more. Please calm down in your signs. Wale is like, and this not hate. If Burna Boy had won the Grammys, he would have told his crew and everyone around him to always lie down so he would walk on them. Relax, boy. Humility is everything. Learn from the band and co. Creme Chick 11 says, what Burna Boy said was in poor taste. It's not about humility, it's about respect, and he's shown disrespect for his industry and fans time and time again. That's the tweet. His truth is a lie. This is from Cream again. For someone who depends on an ecosystem from conceptualization to production to distribution to marketing to fans, that tweet was a mad silly tweet. He's put in work alright, but that isn't enough reason to show disregard for anyone else. It's silly. To be honest, it's not just you that's the best. Your team is the best. The producers that worked are the best. The distributed marketers that worked are the best. It's not just your best that brought the best result for you. Everything in that art says, Burna Boy, you are the best, I beg. If you are a fan since 2010, you will understand what he's saying. It's not about who was here first. The body of work is that I see. The body of work is what I see. When someone succeeds, everyone wants to have a hand in their success and say, if it weren't for, yes, if it weren't for God. That's it. No one owes their success to you. If you were used as a vessel along the journey, you will be fruitful in yours. Don't worry. He's trending because he said he's the best. He is. Some folks are superstars, but their music doesn't even say anything, move anything, change anything. True. But we also have to remember that all the music that he uses to say or move or change are all Fela songs. I don't think it's also about singing music that changes. You be the change. How about that? Like, Fela walked the talk. He walked the walk and walked the talk. And he talked the talk. Have you ever seen Burna Boy do anything that was, that moved the needle politically? Whether it's fighting for women or whether it's fighting against rape, or whether it's fighting the government or saying something against, Fela, this guy fought for the emancipation of his people. And I think anybody who wants to claim the spirit of Fela has to embody that, not just the music. Fela was more than the music. Fela was a movement for Nigerian and African emancipation. He schooled the mind of the people. It wasn't about moving bomb everywhere, every time, and all that. Do you understand what I'm saying? I gotta start by saying that. We know in part. We don't know what must have been said to Burna Boy. What was done to him before he came out to say his tweet. Celebrities are human beings too, and we forget sometimes that real life events occur to them. Sometimes it might be something you hear, sometimes it might be somebody that said something to your face. So maybe he might have heard that somebody said something to him, or maybe somebody confronted him and said, "You're not the best," or somebody made a call, or he heard something and somebody said, "Yo, was the one who paved the way for me." Also, I have to also say that everybody thinks they're the best. All the best people in the world, all the greatest people in the world, believe and think that they are the best. Let's take a look at Kanye West. Kanye West is the best. He's the freaking best. To some people, he's not. But on the global scale, the more global scene, he is the best. But it didn't stop Jay-Z from saying he's the best. It doesn't stop Nas from saying he's the best. And in fact, Jay-Z will say he's the best, Kanye West will say he's the best, and they will collab and do an album. And the album will be the best. Individually, they're not fighting each other and say, "How dare you say you're the best, I'm the best." No. But the truth is, you have to look at yourself and believe in yourself to the extent where you believe that you are the best for you to thrive and survive in the world that fuels itself from pulling each other down, from pulling you down. Nigeria is built to kill people. Government is not helping anything. You have to believe you are the best to make it in this life. The world has been set up rigged to favor some people. If you don't believe, say, you have what it takes, my dear, when you are running the race, in the process, somehow it will bring you down. That you will hit some challenges that will make you feel like, man, I can't do this. But the truth is, we also have to remember that hip-hop is built on this kind of ego, overblown egos, overblowing yourself. And it has affected the whole music scene. It has seeped into every genre. To be honest, Burna Boy, I don't think you rate Nigerians. I don't think you rate where you're from, because it shows in everything you do. And I really hope you do better. I really, really hope you do better. You're the best. Kudos to you. This is my 2 cents. Bye. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure that you subscribe. Please, please, please make sure you turn on that notification, and please share this video with your loved ones. Peace out.